Guys, welcome back to Ethereal Orb. I am Megan, and if you are used to seeing me do pouring and fluid acrylics, well, you're in for something a little different today. My mom was here for Thanksgiving and she got me a little early Christmas present. She got me some alcohol inks and some things to use with them, so I'm really excited to try them. I have not used them before, but I've seen some videos and I've seen some just gorgeous things people have done with them. So I'm really excited to give it a try. And I have Alt Ranger inks here. These are they come in packs of 3, so these are 2 packs. I should have kept my packaging, but I was really excited when I got them, so I just opened everything up and threw stuff away. But this package came with eggplant, cranberry, and lettuce, and then this package came with indigo, teakwood, and mermaid. And then she got me some alcohol blending solution, some yupo paper, and a little stamper with some felt pads. This one has 2 on there, I don't need 2 to use. And I have some 91% alcohol I'm going to put in a little cup here. And I have a pipette and I have some paintbrushes. And I have my hair dryer because I really like, in the videos that I've seen, people use a heat gun to move it around. I do not have a heat gun. I doubt my hairdryer is going to do the same thing, but I'm kind of curious what it will do. So I might give that a whirl. Like I said, I've not done this before, so we're just going to play and see today what I can do. I'm not expecting anything brilliant my first time around, but I did want to show you my first try. Whoops, and I had something on my glove. I did want to show you my first time around, partly because I think we all see videos of all kinds of different things where people have been doing it for a very long time, and you know, they know all the tips and tricks, and they've perfected, well, maybe not perfected, but they've, you know, experienced enough of their style and their preferences to get things where they like them. And then we go to try it and it's like, whoa, okay, that fell flat. And I'm also a big believer in learning from other people's mistakes as well as their successes. So maybe you can see some of my newbie mistakes and decide you don't want to you don't want to do those mistakes. So maybe you can have a little bit shorter learning curve than I have by watching me in my learning curve. So we will see. We'll learn together a little bit. I obviously don't want to use all 6 colors on one little sheet of yupo, so I guess I'm going to have to sort of decide here what colors I want to use. I think I might start with this eggplant. The neat thing about this that I've seen is that the pigments sometimes separate as they're moving around, and so you can use one color and get, you know, really neat multifaceted multicolor effect. And then if anybody's watching, I assume people watching may be familiar with pouring, since that's usually what I do. If you've been watching pouring videos and haven't tried it yet, and one of the things that's keeping you back may be room, the fact that pouring takes forever to dry, and not forever, but a long time to dry, and you have to have a place to dry it and all this. This dries really, really fast, so you're not going to have painting sitting around waiting to dry. So, what do I have on my, I must have some paint on my glove. If that's holding you back from pouring, then you may want to give this a try, because this won't be, and obviously you can get some small yupo papers, doesn't take up any room at all. Okay, so let's try eggplant. I just poured some 91% alcohol on my yupo paper just to kind of get some movement started here. Okay, I am going to give my hairdryer a go. Let's see what it will do. Let's see, put it on low for sure. Oh. That might be too much. Alright, well, it's definitely very cool, but also definitely too much. But I did get some colors. Look at that. I got some blue and a little bit of yellow. It does look neat. I'm not going to continue to do that on video because my hairdryer is really loud. Oh, but it does kind of do something neat, doesn't it? Okay, so let's add a little bit more. I have this blending solution I'll try too, but let's add a little bit more alcohol. I wish I had a spritzer of alcohol. I guess I could have put this in. Oh, look, we're getting some bright pinks over here. Okay, let's add a little bit more alcohol to keep everything moving. It is so mesmerizing to watch. That's my favorite part of watching the videos on these. It's so mesmerizing, just watching. One of those videos, what do they call it? Oh, what do they call those videos? Incredibly, strangely relaxing or strangely, oh, now I can't remember. The straw doesn't do too bad, does it? Oh, look at that. I might add some dark blue down here and then use the blending solution and see what we get that's different. I'm going to add a little bit of alcohol, use a paintbrush, and add a little bit of alcohol down here just because it's dry and I want to keep some movement going. So let's add some of the dark blue here. I'll blow it around just a little bit, and then I'm going to use a blending solution and see what that does. Since we sort of watched the alcohol move, let's see. Oh, that's cool. Okay, now I'm going to use a pipette and drop some alcohol because I think my limited experience here. Let's drop. Yeah, the alcohol seems to spread it more and almost dilute it. The blending solution did not, so I'm going to say maybe the blending solution when you don't want to dull the colors, I don't know, and the alcohol when you want to lighten them up a little bit. Like I said, my first time, I'm certainly not going to say that as fact. Look at that roll around. Do I need to zoom in a little bit? Let's zoom in just a little. There we go. And I'll move this up so you can see a little bit better. There we go. Okay. Let's try and get something a little more interesting than some colorful blobs. Which is what I have here. Okay. I'm going to take some... Let's see. I apologize for the noise. I'm going to use my hairdryer one more time. Really quickly. Except now I have an all one color blob. Okay, that didn't do what I wanted it to do. Okay, should we do lighter or darker here? Should we go in with some red? Maybe we should go in with some red on here and see what happens. I'm just going to put a line. I don't want a ton. Okay, maybe I could have used a little bit more than that. So here, that's what you see. Let's put a line there. That's a little bit better. No idea what I'm doing as far as, you know, trying to get anything interesting as an end result here. I guess I should have thought that out a little bit, but since I didn't know exactly how anything was going to happen. Try some more blending solution right in here. Whoops. Helps if you take the lid off. There's my beginner tip for you. If you take the lid off, you can pour the solution. Okay. Ooh, that's kind of interesting. Okay, I take that back about it not spreading. Maybe I just didn't use very much. Maybe I was being a bit conservative. Okay, let's try a paintbrush. So we can get some interesting. I just dipped this in some alcohol. Nothing special. Just to watch it move there. This is really fun, but I'm not sure what I want to do as far as overall look goes. Let's turn it around a little bit and look at all that ink. I guess that's probably just alcohol. Let's try and what to do. The one nice thing is if you decide you want to do something different, you don't have to mix more paint. And I do know some people use Copic refills for this. There's a couple different brands of the alcohol inks, and then Copic refills are alcohol based. So you can use those also. It is fun to watch though, isn't it? See if we can get a little bit more of a dark right in here. I think you could just sit and watch this all day. I could anyway. Ooh, almost from this angle, almost looks like a flower. Let's see if we can't. I'm gonna put some of this red in a lid. See if we can't go with that a little bit. Let's see what happens when we put it onto the paintbrush. I'm gonna follow this little petal look. Ooh, that's interesting. Almost have a rose there. Let's go with that. Let's try and keep a little bit of a rose thing going. Here I'm gonna put some of this green teal. Oh, maybe lettuce. We'll add some lettuce. That should be a little bit green, shouldn't it? Maybe I lied about not using every color in one small little picture. Just gonna try and fill this out. I'm just kind of gonna go with it. Oops, that was the red. I don't want to mix green and red on my paintbrush. And I'm just dipping my paintbrush in a little alcohol. Kind of wash it off. I have some alcohol sitting here. And I'm going to go with my green a little bit more. One more drop of that. I'm gonna say maybe there's, oh no, I don't want to say that. I was gonna say more control over this with a pour, but there really isn't. I guess it's just different techniques. I will say that being used to not having control over what I'm doing is a help with the alcohol inks, because I'm used to not knowing exactly what's going to happen or where anything's going to go. You know, I have some different ways that I can sort of have some little bit of control over my pours. I know enough to manipulate it a little bit to sort of get what I want. But nothing that's, you know, and I had no idea what I'm doing here. So, but I'm used to that. So I'm not gonna, it's not stressing me out, I guess. And since I wasn't expecting anything, a little bit of a thorn. Is that gonna look at all like a thorn? Maybe if I go, try and spread it out there. Not really. That one kind of does. Let's see if we can't maybe get rid of that. The other one. That is the teal. So I'm going to put, and it doesn't take much. I'm just putting a tiny little drop on this lid. This lid after I've, oh, okay, I guess when I zoomed in. Okay, so I have this little lid here. You can see. And I put a dot of the, just a drop of the red, a drop of the, that was the brown, the teak wood, and I just put a drop of the mermaid, and I had a drop of the lettuce. And see, it doesn't take much because I have a little alcohol on my paintbrush, so I'm just pulling that up. And as you can see, it really just, it doesn't take much at all. And I'm going to erase that thorn. And I'm going to manipulate this, play with it a little bit so it's not obvious that I went in and played with that. So let's get a bigger paintbrush. I'm going to go in with a drop. Whoa! A drop of the mermaid with a bigger paintbrush. Kind of, okay, I have a lot of alcohol on that paintbrush, so that was actually sitting in the alcohol. Okay, and what I might do, put a drop here. Kind of, where's my straw? Okay, that's not working. Where's my, maybe I'll take my, and I have red on there. I might do a little bit right in here just because I have a little bit of red there. So let's bring some of that back in, straight in there. There we go. And I'm going to do a drop of the blending solution, but I'm going to, can you see all of this? I zoomed in. I'm going to zoom back out. Whoops, wrong way. There we go. I'm going to do a drop of the blending solution down here. Just a little bit. Maybe just a little bit more. I don't want this to turn white down here, but I want some of the brush strokes gone. Oh, that's kind of neat. Almost stained glassy, which kind of fits with a rose. We could almost do a Beauty and the Beast thing, couldn't we? Okay, let's do, where's my straw? The thing is protecting that part, and I believe, if I remember right, I've seen people use, shoot, now I'm not going to remember the name, what's it called? Oh, you know where you put something on, oh gosh, and then it keeps you from, not masking fluid, but that's what I want to say, is it something you put on it so that whatever you do can't mess up the area that you're happy with. Ah, somebody is going to know and comment, I'm sure. I just can't think of it right off the top of my head. Okay, so one more little thing I want to do, because there's not much definition between the rose and some of these areas, so I'm going to try and see. Let's move some of that off there. Okay. I'm kind of good with all this down here. Well, until I messed with it. I really don't want a little more alcohol. And the problem is when you go in with a lot of alcohol, it really, let's try doing it. It does a lot, so you have to, I guess, be kind of conservative with your alcohol usage. So I'm going to kind of go around here just a little bit. Try and lighten some of this up. Boy, I do love watching that alcohol move the ink. It's so cool. This could be really addicting. Okay, now what I'm going to do is take some blending solution. Let's see. Can't draw some of this. I don't want it to look like brush strokes around. Yeah, I want it to look like I outlined the rose. So I'm just going to keep going here. We'll give some definition here to where the rose is. Keep that dark. And kind of lighten this up. I was not planning on doing a rose, but it kind of turned into that, didn't it? So I'm just going to go with it. I'm just going to lighten all this up. And then I think what I'm going to do down here is try and do the same thing I did in this corner to keep, well, shoot, that thorn there. I'm really worried about that thorn. Okay, let's go in with the bigger paintbrush, see if I can't make more. I would like a little bit more of that. Maybe if I took, I don't want much red. Here, I have some red right here. The other nice thing about this, I don't know if I said, is that if it dries, the minute you add a little bit more alcohol to it, you know, you're going to reactivate it. And reactivating it will obviously allow you to keep working on it. Okay, where's my pipette? You don't want to mess up that thorn. There we go. There we go. There we go. Lighten this up just a little bit if we can. Do I have any alcohol left on this paintbrush? Oops. Whoops. Don't like that drop. Okay. Fixing a mistake without making more mistakes. That will be, I think, a lesson I need to learn for sure. Let's put a drop. I don't want a drop of the blue. I want a drop of the mermaid. Actually, I might do a drop of the mermaid. And drop of the red. There we go. Since that area had, I'm gonna get a little alcohol on my brush, not too much. Okay. A little bit of blending solution. Oh no! Look what I did. I wasn't watching. Ah. Okay. Now I'm getting white over here. Okay. So I'm going to take some of my paper towel here, if I can. Dab this up. I think this is fixable. Let's fix this, and then that I think I can do all with a paintbrush. So let's add a little bit of this purple, a little bit of teal. Okay. I'm going to go say okay to that. Is it perfect? No. I'm not going to try and go for perfection. This is my first time. I'm going to be happy with... actually, I'll be happy with anything, but I'll be really happy if I end up with something I like. Really happy. Okay, going in with my lettuce. This is much more forgiving than acrylic pouring, I will say, because, well, for one, you have a bit more, you have more time. I'd probably be done. I'd probably have mud, and the alcohol really does kind of erase it in a way. So I think you could go in and fix. Thorn again. I think that still looks like a thorn, so we're good. And I'm going to go in. Gosh, it really spreads, doesn't it, with my lettuce. Most out of lettuce. There we go. I think that's a good thorn. And I'm going to quit while I'm ahead. Do I love this spot here? No. But maybe I can hang on to it because I like the rose look. Maybe I can hang on to it, learn a bit more, and then, you know, see if I can go in and fix it or add some details. So, here we go. There it is. See up close, there's some more definition. Up close. There we go. First time using inks. Not too shabby. It was really fun. I hope you enjoyed watching all the inks move around. I really did. And definitely if you're, you know, interested in learning more, check out some videos of people who've been doing it a lot longer than I have. There's some Facebook groups for acrylic ink as well that are really helpful and have some really, really cool pictures. I've been a fan of did I say acrylic? Of alcohol ink art for quite a while, and just have not tried it until now. So let me know what you think. If you have any suggestions for me, if you've done alcohol ink and you have some suggestions for me, I would love to hear them in the comments below. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't, and hit that notification bell so you can know when I post new videos. I will be back to pouring again with my next video, and definitely stay tuned because our next challenge video is about to post, so watch for that. If you haven't watched my challenge videos that I do with another group, or with a group of YouTube creators, they are a lot of fun, so be sure and watch for that. We will see you next time, guys. Happy pouring and happy inking!